Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Late Night Craft Town. Countdown timer is going. 9 minutes and 55 seconds left. We are live again tonight. Live. The team is back together again.
Yes, we are.
You got to hear. Cool. All right. So let me turn on comments and make sure we have Maya, who's on time. We have one watcher. I bet it's Maya. All right. Sharing is caring. You doing your part?
Sure. I'm sharing as I'm eating my food.
What are you eating for dinner?
We actually have some yummy. So our thing, I can talk about it later. Actually, it might be kind of
Okay.
People.
Right now, I am getting the show live.
I know. Did you double check
There
to make sure it's?
Oh, look! First person comments. Hello, Curtis Youngberg. You would have lost that bet. You know what? You beat Maya.
What
Maya's
the
laughing.
heck? Really?
Curtis Youngberg. Oh, there's Maya. There's Maya. I think she commented, or she just pressed return on there, but I don't know. I think Curtis beat Maya this week. Maya, what's wrong, girl? You had one job as El Presidente. And nothing. Yeah, we're waiting for the comment. Okay, because she's going to hear that in 10 seconds with that time delay. All right. Doing the sharing is caring. Are you still uploading?
Yeah. I'm still uploading, but yeah, I mean, I'm uploading the video, that one
Gotcha.
video that I did a combine. I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to combine it. So I had multiple mini videos that I took, and I meant to combine it, and I was like, oh shoot, I should do that. So it's uploading right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's some cool stuff to share.
Definitely. I have just shared the show, done my part. And let's see here. I hope everyone had a great week. Excited for the show. Thank you, Maya. Last week we did say that we were going to do about meteor showers. We were delaying that because we had something else super interesting, just as interesting, but going to just be a little bit more interesting to wait out. Meteor showers. We're going to delay that to another show probably in September. And what is that?
What the heck is that? Is that
That's
like
ray gun from Australia from the Olympics?
Is that like a big deal, breakdancer?
Yeah, it's ray gun from Australian Olympics. We had to. Sorry, folks. I had to switch the natural scene. We like to do a nature scene this week, and as our countdown, and I had to switch it because somehow Ray Gun. Was it Rachel Gunner? What's her name? Audience, if you know their name, if you remember her name, we just know her as Ray Gun. We had to switch it out because somehow she snuck onto our countdown timer. And now we got them those nice flowers in a nice mountain meadow. Nature scene. Okay. Did you see Curtis's post right there? And Maya, thank you right there. Oh, I'm going to do a little share. Maya's done her job. Thank you, El Presidente. Share the show all over social media. And Curtis, lol. All right. We're going to talk a little bit about the meteor shower. I've got some pictures, a few pictures to share from that. One main. And we got 4 viewers already. It's climbing. Cool.
Because everyone wants to hear about how cool D23 was.
Oh, yeah. Maya, how cool that breakdancing was in the Olympics. Wasn't there an announcement by the Olympic Committee that they're not going to have in the next Olympics in Los Angeles in 4 years?
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah. I think it was a one-time deal.
Wow.
What the heck? It's ray gun again. I want to practice those maneuvers. We got to try that. I want to try that, but let's get her out of here. I'm switching scenes again. Hold on. Let me do this with the countdown timer going. Get out of here, ray gun. She doesn't even have a ray gun. I can't get rid of her. Hold on. Switching scenes. If she tries dancing in this one, she'll get all wet. I don't think she's going to be that determined. All right. So we got 5 minutes and 20 seconds left, folks.
But it's interesting that, actually, though, it's probably... Okay, breakdancing is really amazing, but at the same time, I don't know. It's...
I I knew it was kind of a thing, but I remember when it started getting big in the 80s. Remember that when it first started coming out?
Yeah.
Who invented that? Was it Michael Jackson that kind of helped make it big?
Alfonso, the guy from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Carlton.
Breakdancing came out before Will Smith.
No, the guy that was in that show. When he was a kid, he was doing all kinds of breakdancing videos. That's how he got famous.
I'm looking at the history of breakdancing. Okay.
Look at Carlton. Look up Carlton. You know who he is, right?
Yeah. You did breakdancing? I guess I'm like stereotyping from his character.
He was also in the Michael Jackson video. That's how good he was.
I did not know that. All right. Breakdance. Okay, we've got 4 minutes left. We got enough time for this. Breakdancing originated in New York City during the late 1960s and early 70s, incorporating moves from a variety of sources, including martial arts and gymnastics. Breakdancing is largely improvisational, made up of variations of standard moves or steps, including freezes, power moves, down rock, and top rock. I guess that's what you get when you have an intellectual who describes breakdancing.
Okay, so because Alfonso Ribeiro, he actually used to have videos on how to breakdance. This is when he was like, it was in the 80s when he was a kid.
Yeah,
so
I guess
like,
so.
When he was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, it was him being like kind of a joke that he's this total like geek, but it was like Alfonso Ribeiro, which he was like really cool. Like that was kind of like played off, you know.
I guess, reckon so. Wendy says Rachel Gunn, and there she is. And she's getting what? Why are you? And what is she dancing to? That music? What is that?
Good musicality.
All right, I'm switching scenes. All right, I doubt she's going to be dancing on the side of an airplane in flight.
I hope not. That's kind of dangerous.
I switched over to this feed to do that, so we will not get interrupted by Rachel Gunn, aka Ray Gunn. Okay, Alfonso Ribeiro from According to Maya. And Wendy says, I'm watching on YouTube. Had to finish Star Trek dailies before getting on Facebook to comment. And Wendy says she was dancing to a waltz.
Huh.
Where's she from? She's actually from Australia. She was representing Australia in the breakdancing competition at the Olympics a little over a week ago.
Yeah.
Or about a week ago.
What?
Can you breakdance to a waltz? Okay. Folks, ask me. Svea had to leave for a moment. Do you think you can breakdance to a waltz? And how about a polka?
Oh, I don't know if that's true. I don't want to. I would want to fact check that before Dan had said some comments about Ray Gunn. I don't know if they're true, so I don't want to perpetuate anything unless I know it's 100% true, because he said kind of a negative comment, or not negative necessarily, but he said something that could be really negative. So I'd rather look into it before I read.
Oh, totally. Though, she's replied to it, and she's kind of had some defiance to her on this stuff, and I got to hand it to her. I mean, to go out there and do something like she did takes some gumption. And, she represented, and she did what she thought would work. And, I mean, she's got a master's in, I think, urban dance and whatnot. Huh?
PhD
in urban dance and whatnot.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys get a chance, go watch the Olympics. It's like the first, it's seriously the first or second actual competition she's in it. And I'm just like, it's just crazy.
She's on the airplane wing. Right before countdown, she's on the airplane.
Pretty much just rolled around on the ground. It was just terrible. I mean,
you know what? Curtis Youngberg, I'm going to bring it up after the opening credits as a point right there on this one, but she's on the airplane wing. She goes everywhere. All right, let me try to get rid of her and shake her off right quick. And okay, just in time for countdown. You ready for Svea?
Yes.
Get her done. And 10,
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
Showtime! It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Svea Yang and James Hermes. On this week's show, D23, the ultimate Disney fan event. Why shouldn't you give Elsa from the movie Frozen a balloon? Because she'll just let it go. It's time to start the show.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
I hate to say that may be original joke, but that was an original joke, actually.
That was really funny. Like, I really liked that. Was good. That made me really laugh. Like, seriously.
You usually always laugh at them, where you're really good at fake laughing.
No, I really liked that one. That was good.
Gotcha. Because I was sitting back, I was working on the opening credits this bar about 7 o'clock tonight, and I went, "What's a Disney joke?" And I thought I'd get like 30 seconds. Went, what could I do with her Frozen? Let it go. Balloon. I went with that. Actually, I saw a balloon, because I actually let go of my balloon in the backyard. It was a red balloon. It reference, folks. It reference. Wow. Pennywise. Okay.
Wow, that's amazing.
Let's get the intro done, the mission statement done, and I got to address some stuff here from the audience from the countdown.
Yes. Okay. So, hold on. Let me put our brand up.
Brand up. Doom. Wait. Boom. It's magic. I gotta make it look like magic. There, okay.
Oh wait. It's the wrong one.
Green room starts in. Hoorah! Whoopsie. Okay.
No, that was intentional, just so you guys know.
Yes. We practiced this during our dress rehearsal at 8 o'clock.
It was. Okay, so welcome to our show. This is our show, Late Night Craft Talk. We do our show every Friday night from 9:50 to 11 p.m. It's late night. Hello, late night. I mean, I'm pretty tired. I actually took a nap before the show, and I also have a thing of some caffeine.
Uncaffeinated from kombucha.
So, welcome to our show. If you like our show, like and subscribe to our Facebook pages, our YouTube channels, our Twitch channels. We also have a couple of other social media outlets. Just make sure to like and follow us all over everywhere you see where we are. And we just do the show to entertain you and teach you about some stuff and maybe open your eyes to something you never knew. Like, I don't know if you guys know about D23, but it's pretty cool. It's been going on for a while. But yeah, so welcome to our show. Hey, James, what's going on with Elk Traders?
Well, let's get the business done. I want to get to the audience comments. We got some stuff we got to catch up on there. All right, folks, Elk Traders, we are back. We were Palm Springs Gulch Fest last night. We'll be there next week, but we won't be the week after because we're getting ready for Barona Powwow coming up Labor Day weekend, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday till late night. If you live in Southern California and want to go see a good powwow, take a road trip, go to the beach, go to the powwow in the evening. That's the place to do it, or even come during the day. It's usually we have good weather during the day, and it even goes late, full session on Sunday night. It doesn't end at like 6. So you come in for a couple evenings of fun. If you live in San Diego County or Southern California, feel like a little road trip, come check out Barona Powwow. We will be there. Looking forward to it. Always a good time. And if you miss us there, then check out Powway Rodeo at the end of September. We'll also be at that event. Otherwise, you'll find us in Palm Springs on Thursdays. Otherwise, that's what's happening right now. Svea, what's going on with Dancing Bear? A lot, I bet.
So, this is pretty much an update. I don't know if you guys look. I have my hair sticking up on one side. What is that? So unfortunately, we are going to cancel going to Barona Powwow. My mom, she's not up yet to be able to go to a powwow, and it's just impossible to do the powwow by myself. So we are not going to go to Barona this year. When she had her physical therapy appointments, because she's having a hard time. She's walking, but she doesn't have the strength in her legs. And the physical therapist told her she's way behind. For those of you who don't know, my mom and all of us ended up getting COVID right after mom's surgery. And I mean, we're better now. We've gone through it, but it kind of slowed down Mom's recovery. And so at this point, she's probably pretty much like a couple weeks behind, and she's not walking around like she should be, the level she should be at, having herself after a month after the surgery. Because a month after the surgery was August 5th, and she's still not really at a place. So she's really pushing herself to walk and strengthen her legs. We went to Disneyland yesterday for my kind of mini birthday celebration, and she used a scooter, but she had to get up and down from the scooter several times, and it really wore her out. So she definitely is not ready for Verona. And we are 100% going to San Manuel. But this year, we're definitely not going to do Verona, unfortunately. Sorry, James. I know how much you love setting up next to us and harassing us the whole time.
For a number of years, folks, our booths were right next to each other. And you could go to Verona, you could see Svea and I looking at each other going, blink, 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 poke each other. It looked like this. And that was all weekend. Sometimes till 3 a.m. And then we pick it up again at like 5.
Yep.
Yes.
So that's going on. Registration for the Shop Hop is happening. If you want to sign up for that, it's a free event to participate in. Basically, it's about supporting local businesses. And there's 9 bead stores from San Diego to Los Angeles in it. So it's kind of a fun thing. You can win prizes and learn about beading and learn about other stores you never knew about. Additionally, we have our registration open for our bead retreat. Don't forget about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've been doing it probably for about 6 years now, so it's definitely a fun thing we have going on. And then that's it.
Okay. All right. I've got a few things to address. I want to catch up on audience comments here. We had some good stuff going. Okay. Let me go back. First of all, hi, Joya. Joya says, howdy, friends. And Maya with your mom, well, slow and steady healing. That's awesome. Okay, let's go back from our pre-show.
Yeah.
So while we have right here, we were talking about Rachel Gunn. Wendy Hodge says, she just was. And yes, you could break dance to a polka.
I'm sure you can.
Goals now. I have goals. Curtis Youngberg commented, that poor Aussie caught too much crap. Her dance would have looked normal if it were done in the Southern Hemisphere, I'm sure. Audience, Google breakdancing in Australia. Let us know and post a link in the comments, and we will take a look with the sound off, of course, because of copyright. I'm curious about that. If you want to do a little quick research, if you got a second screen or you're in a place to do that, let's find out. Let's share with that and get a little knowledge here. Okay, now Maya says, "Ugh, I want to watch breakdancing part of the Olympics."
Okay, so it is. When I saw that video, I'm like, what is this stuff going on about this girl? And so I put on the breakdancing competition because we have we have YouTube TV and it records all the different shows we watch. So it did record the Olympics for us, and so I went to the breakdancing section, and it was pretty much in the first. I think, rounds that she was in there. I saw that and I was like, what the hell is this? I mean, she literally was mostly crawling on the ground and spinning on crawling on the ground. And she gets up and she hops and does this. Oh, what the hell is that? I don't know.
Well, there's some videos that showed her actually in other venues, competitions, breakdancing, and they said, this is what she could normally do. And I'm looking at it going,
well, why didn't she at least do that? Because it was better than what she did at the Olympics.
I mean, granted, I don't think she's the Jamaican bobsled team of the Olympics for Australia. There's not going to be a movie made about her. She gave an effort. She's an artist. She's creative. I will totally acknowledge that all day.
Wendy says her qualifiers were better than her Olympic showing. And her favorite
Yeah,
move was Stephanie Hop.
that was the next thing I was going to do to bring up on hers too. Yeah, we're going to revisit this, folks. And Savannah actually talked. We agreed, though it may not work out well. We may change our minds later. One of us, but one of us will try it. We're going to try to imitate Rachel Gunn's dance moves at the end of the show. You might end up being me, but what the heck? I'll take one for the team. Rachel Gunn took one for her country.
So yeah, there's a little bit of controversy. Like I said, I'm not going to confirm or speak about it because I don't know how true it is, but there's a little bit of controversy on whether she was even legitimately the person that should have gone to the Olympics to be the one. But anyway. Okay.
Gotcha. Well, it's here or there. It happened at this point, I guess. All right. Maya does say hello to Joy and Curtis with a happy face. All right. Now to get on, should we move on? Let me make sure I do an intro to tonight's show.
Sure.
Okay. Now, we're originally going to talk about the history of meteor showers because the Perseid meteor shower was last weekend. I went out 2:00 in the morning. I drove out to what's called South Joshua Tree. It's actually the southern entrance to Joshua Tree by the Cottonwood entrance. Totally dark skies, beautiful. And went out, and I was hoping there wouldn't be clouds. There was a little bit of haze on the horizon, but the clouds weren't there. It was predicted to be cloudy. It wasn't. It was awesome. We got a good show, and I set my cameras up to record. Unfortunately, the GoPro was not, I didn't have the right settings for the GoPro. And I had two GoPros going, and I just had the wrong settings. It didn't show up. I got a couple things, but I have one point at one part of the sky, another part of the sky, and I'll do my cell phone. My cell phone's like, I'll point it just here and there randomly. I took over 300 pictures over a 2-hour time, and I only got one legit, and it is a good one, but one picture of the meteor shower. And so the camera's going, I'm like, there's a good one, but I'm looking at the end, I'm like, nothing's there. You can see some of the satellites going through, the real dim, but didn't catch the meteors because they're so brief. It's really hard to do. But I pointed my phone up at one point about 4:30 in the morning, and I went, I did about a 15-second exposure, and then went the brightest of the evening, left a trail that lasts 5 seconds. It was gorgeous. And folks, this is that photo. Share screen and entire screen. This one here is the photo. This came out well.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was because of these the streaks are so brief. It's really hard to get it on a timed exposure. You got to get it just right. I had it wrong with the GoPros, but I got this one on my phone, and I went, I got that. Then when I saw the photo, I went, money shot, awesome. So that's the one we got, and it came out well. Otherwise, when I got done, Svea started sending me pictures of when she went to D23, and I'm calling her going, we got to change this. These are too dang cool. So we're going to revisit. Matter of fact, we got the Leonid meteor shower coming up December. Now, so we're going to move that show to sometime later in the fall before the Leonids. And I personally like that one. We get darker skies or longer. We'll get a better view because I start getting twilight at like 5:30, 5 in the morning, and it starts taking out the view of the Perseid meteor shower. But otherwise, the pictures she sent me were so awesome. But I'm like, you thinking what I'm thinking? She goes, yeah. Carl's Jr. has a double coupon special. And I went, no. D23. D23. She's like, oh, yeah, I knew that. So, folks, tonight we're going to get all things Disney in the Disney fan event, D23. And Svea is the know-all, be-all, was there and did it. And we're going to get her story.
Okay. First of all, for those of you who don't know what D23 is a biannual event. So it's every 2 years. And actually, what's funny is last year they actually did have D23 in 2021 or 2022. They had D23. It was in September last year, and I can't go in September. And I was pissed because I was mad because D23, the last time I went to D23 was in 2019. And it was in August. So when the pandemic happened, they halted D23, right? But the thing is that when they brought it back, they changed it to September. So I got worried that it was going to be in September going forward, and this year it wasn't. I was very happy. It was the 8th. It was the 8th. And I can't even think. Let's see what the calendar date was.
It was the 10th.
Okay, it's 10th. So 9th, 10th. Oh, silly me. I have a bag over there. 9th, 10th. This was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And basically, it's like Comic-Con where they make the huge company announcements. They have all these cool exhibits to see. There's all these different activities to do. And it's all Disney related. And it's at the Anaheim Convention Center every other year. And hopefully continuing in August. But it was a really cool event, and I just bought my Saturday tickets because I couldn't go the whole time, but I wanted to at least go this year because I wanted to go and see the whole thing. When I went in 2019, I kind of was there for just a couple hours. It was one of my friends had an extra ticket and just gave me his ticket, and I'm like, okay, well, let me just go check it out and see what I think. And I remember last in 2019, there was a lot more vendors. There was a really small number of vendors in this event. So it was very kind of interesting how different it was. I thought this had the map of it. So D23, definitely, I recommend doing it at some time. And it's not just Disney movies like, Little Mermaid and Snow White and Ariel and Frozen. It's not. Disney now encompasses a lot of things because they now have Star Wars, they have Marvel, they have the Fox publishing, the Fox Media videos rights. It was a lot more than just the classic Disney that everyone thinks about. So definitely there was something there for everyone. Oh, and then also is National Geographic. So there's a lot in that umbrella. There's a lot for everyone to kind of check out and hear about and find out about, whether it's just the movies, the TV that Disney produces, or it's even the theme parks. It really is a huge amount of stuff to watch and check out. And it was fun. So, oh yes, and ESPN.
And ABC.
Mm-hmm. ESPN, ABC, they do Hulu, Fox, animations, movies. There's a whole bunch of on Disney Plus. There's a whole bunch of non-Disney movies on there. So definitely there's a lot of stuff to check out. So first of all, I wanted to share my okay, so let's see. Which tab is it?
I got to show you something because Disney just was building and opening up a community called Cotino over in Rancho Mirage, near where I live.
Yes, that is true.
I'm looking at the website. Anyway.
So what do you think about that, James? It's also real estate development, not just.
I am double-edged about developing what is a beautiful desert. Granted, parts of the desert nozzle will just be vacant lots, but I'm split.
Okay.
But that's just me getting philosophical and really not appropriate for the show. Okay.
And let me share my slide. I'll share my screen.
Liberal.
Let's see.
While she's waiting for her slide, folks, because things are kind of slowly coming together tonight. Look.
Okay. Have it. Okay, so this is kind of how cool it can be. Okay, so I forgot to mention Disney also has Pixar a part of their group. Okay, so outside when we were leaving, we got to see a real life WALL-E. So let's see here. Let's start from the beginning. I don't know how it got there. Okay.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's me talking to him.
Can you wave? Wave, Wally.
I don't think that his hands were working.
Oh, hello, Wally.
He did actually talk. He did go, Wally.
Can you wave?
And then he also.
Wave, Wally. Okay, no, you can't.
You should have gone, Eva.
I know, right? Let's do this. Okay, so one of the things they had in this whole thing was they had a car show. So again, like I said, there's so many things that you can see where it's pretty cool. Okay, so let's see here. They had a whole bunch of cars from movies. Shoot, to see. This is not working. When I click here, I have a whole bunch of pictures to share, and it's doing it again.
You want me to try?
Do you want to try? I was just going to start from the car show.
If you're having problems, you want to see if I can run that media?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get it up. Let me start from where you sent me stuff, because there's a lot of stuff.
I know I sent him so many videos because it was just so cool. Well, actually, okay, maybe do you want to try to get that loaded and I'll show them the video from TVA?
Yes.
James, you haven't seen this. So they have all these exhibits for you to go and wait in line and check out and have these experiences. And for those of you who are familiar with Loki, Loki is one of Thor's brother. It's in the Marvel Universe, MCU. And he had his own origins, or his own story, not origin story, his own story after the Infinity War. He actually had his own kind of show on Disney Plus called Loki. Really good show. And we waited in line to check out the Loki experience. And so I'm going to share that. I combined my videos. I took a whole bunch of little videos. So let's see here. Okay, share. Okay, so I'm going to make this full screen. Okay, so it's pretty cool. I think you'll like it. This was walking in. They had this really kind of cool signs that were about TVA. And they kind of just slowly walked them all the way waiting in line. But they were kind of fun. So basically the TVA is the group that controls the different branches of the timeline to make sure that, you know, things happen appropriately. So there's Minutemen, Judge, there's the soldiers. So that's the front of the TVA. So when we were waiting outside, it's kind of cool. TVA stands for Time Variance Authority. But it was pretty cool. We flew away, I think we waited for like 45 minutes. And inside, I had no idea what was going on. I kind of felt bad videotaping the cast members talking, so I put the video down because I didn't want to like just be obnoxious and record people in their faces, you know. Probably should have just done it.
Make way for everyone behind you. Recruits,
my friend.
Welcome to your TVA training. As you step to the facility, please do not touch anything and do not walk through any doors, especially time doors. Remember, you're all a part of the TVA now, and we do this for all time, always. Down the office.
Ask them what. So that's like the TVA. You can see the out. You can see out into the lookout area, which is awesome. That's from the show.
I will not save you, retrieve you, or care really that you're gone forever on some other timeline that's I don't even understand. Anyways, I have one other very important rule on top of the just press the time rule. That is to keep moving at all times, and you currently are all breaking that rule. So get out of here. Keep moving, and don't touch the time. Have fun, enjoy your time.
We'll try.
So the lighted doorways, those are the time doors. And what was really cool, they had a whole bunch of
Hey, that's Iron Man.
costumes in there.
Yeah, that's Iron Man.
The original one from the cave in Afghanistan.
That's Iron Man. Oh, it's the Avengers! Oh my gosh.
What?
Cracked shield, obviously after the fight at Thanos.
Yeah. There's Doctor
That's
Strange.
cool.
There's
Oh, look at
Deadpool Wolverine.
it's Deadpool and Wolverine. That's cool.
Let's see that movie.
Where's the dog? Oh, the dog's there. Oh, Wakanda.
What's that from?
Black Panther.
Okay. Oh God, I should have known that. I love Black Panther.
Did you get to meet Loki? Oh man. Okay.
There's Dan.
Oh wow, that's a different one.
Some of these I didn't know. I think actually that's the.
Which one's this one?
Oh, that's Kingpin.
Oh,
Did somebody say my name?
Which one is that?
That's
I
Kingpin.
thought so. This one.
Oh, okay. Daredevil.
that's Kingpin, Dan. That one. I'm gonna cut in line. Oh no. I just cut. You're designated. I
Yeah, they're like follow the lines. They're like there wasn't a
I cut in front of all these people.
If you do that, they'll prune you if you don't follow. Get in line.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, okay, you know, we're the Guardians of the Galaxy, saviors of the universe, and all creatures and everything.
I thought it was Rocket and Friends.
Oh, well, you know, that was a name that was kind of kicked around, but I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy works. I'm still the captain, you know. Are you a captain?
Not yet. Someday.
Not yet. You're in training, though. I like your outfit, though. It's very nice. You look very full. Looks like you have a lot of credits to throw around. Listen, I could use some credits. You know where I could get something of value?
Maybe.
Oh, I think that's a yes. What's in your purse there that you're holding?
Oh, just a phone.
Oh, no, I was talking about your other hand there. What's in those?
Just wires, books, pins.
Oh, all the things I was needing. Perfect. Now, if you could just leave those to the side, I promise I'll look after it for you. Okay?
All right, thanks.
All right. Well, the rest of you, I got to get back to work here because Drax left this capacitor somewhere around the ship, and it's what I need to get it going. So I got to go, and so do you. So why don't you all just turn around and walk away, please? I got to get back to it.
Hey, Rocket, I have a question for you.
What do you want?
What's your favorite song?
My favorite tune? Oh, there's so many that are just in my head all the time. You know what? That'll take me some time to think about it. I got to look at the music player, okay?
Okay, all right.
Earlier they had a marching band out here or something.
Yeah,
They're very loud.
They're playing some pretty good music.
Oh, real? Okay. I'll put it on the playlist. Hey, bro,
Okay, thanks.
can you get the playlist up?
Respect.
That was pretty cool.
And I love that part.
You get to talk to
I
Rocket.
missed
Right?
the beginning. The beginning was really cool because they're like, hey, it's Rocket, my favorite. And he's like, oh, finally, I'm getting recognition.
Definitely wasn't an AI. That was a talking coon.
Oh, look at the snake.
Trash panda.
I think.
I don't really know what this was, so. But obviously, it was some.
Not very often you see neon pink mushrooms.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it
I
is.
don't know what this show is. I probably should look it up.
The costumes. I wonder if it's Maleficent, whatever, Sleeping Beauty enemy lady.
Welcome back to the TVA.
Yay!
Is the helmet necessary? Is that
I ended up.
Welcome back to the TVA.
Cool. I'm now an analyst.
You completed your training.
What's
We'll see you
your name?
Monday.
Minuteman.
Oh, you're a Minuteman. What's your
Just
training?
minute.
What's your training?
There is no
Hey,
time. So
what's your training?
there is no
I'm
time.
not-
So there's no Monday. Every day's a Monday, right?
Whatever you want it to be.
Friday.
Are you meant to be down here? Heck yeah!
It was really cool. Like, I really enjoyed checking out the exhibit. And there's a lot of stuff where it was just like that, where you got to see what was there, which was pretty cool. I did enjoy that. see, let me take this off stage. Let's see. Let's see. Look at. I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I got that post, and I got Curtis's comment also.
Okay, I'll put Curtis's comment up. That's
Yeah,
similar to Turtle. Yes. So it was an interactive. Let's see. Rocket. Oh my God. Sometimes I feel like I don't remember things. So it was, and that's silly because that's, I know who Rocket is. But it was really funny because when I first walked up, I'm like, oh, it's Rocket. I love him. And then he's like, finally, I'm getting credit. And then that's when they were saying, oh, it's that's when the guy next to me started saying, oh, wasn't your group supposed to be Rocket and Friends? So I missed that really that intro, which was really funny. It was nice, but it was cool. Like we didn't know what to expect when we went in there. But whenever you do these kind of things, it really is just, just checking it out, seeing what's there to do. Some of the exhibits had crafts and activities to do. So one of the places you could actually go and make your own tote bag. I did a volunteers activity where I put they were making kits for volunteers. Volunteers is the Disney volunteer organization, mostly comprised of cast members that work there. And when I worked for Disney, I was a volunteer, so I'm actually really a volunteer. And they spell volunteer ear like Mickey's ears, volunteer. So what we did is we put together some kits for kids for school, and
I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Okay. And after we did that, we were able to get a pin that said volunteer, which was kind of. So in the show, they had panels. I didn't really try to go to those. This show was way bigger than I had enough time to wrap my head around. It was a very big show. It was 3 days, and they had evening events at the Honda Center. So they had like a stage panel or show basically talking about different things that were happening with the parks. And they made an announcement they're going to make a Villains Land at Walt Disney World. They made announcements about different projects they're working on. They're talking about, expansions. They're going to be expanding Disneyland, and they're talking about all this different stuff that's going on. So
Villains Land
at Walt Disney World.
Villains.
Okay.
Good. Evil will always trump over good because good is dumb. Slightly paraphrasing and quoting Dark Helmet from Spaceballs.
Okay.
Okay.
So in this
fun.
In this event, there was several exhibits to see. There was a car show. They had cars from all of the different movies and shows and different things going on. They had an Imagineering exhibit, which I really loved because there were some really cool things in there. They talked about expansions they're working on. Okay, let's talk about the car show first. So this was really cool. They had 3 different versions of Cruella de Vil's car.
Cruella de Vil.
Oh, right. So I'm going to expand this.
Glenn Close was awesome.
So you want to click the next one. I think that you can see the 3 cars there next to them. So it was really cool. I've always loved cars. So this is pretty awesome for me. I can go to the next one. So you can see there's the cars are all very different. You go to the next one. So, but that was cool. Okay, next. Is it the Muppet one that's next?
Let me get to them. Well, there's Disney's 1964 Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, okay, this one is pretty cool. Can you zoom in? Does it allow you zoom?
Not so much.
Okay, this is a Mercedes-Benz that Walt Disney purchased for himself back in I think it's in 60. Anyway, he purchased the car and he felt bad that he purchased it. And so what he did was he actually rented the car to the studio to use on production. And that yellow little picture on that sign said that he bought it for $2,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
If
That's
only.
the next picture. That's my dream car. I love it. It's so cute. But yeah, that was Walt Disney's car. Kind of cool, right? Okay, next. So look at how cute this one is. This was in La Maximum, but look at how tiny it is compared to Dan.
It's like Princess Leia sized.
Pretty much. Mochi size.
Mochi sized.
Yeah. Okay, next. That one. Look how cute that is. It's like, it was cool. They had all of these vehicles from all the different movies. And I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with this one. I thought these were all from Muppets, but they aren't. They're from a different movie, but they're all Disney related. Okay, go to the next one. I think the next one's the Muppets van. Okay, so this is the Muppets van. So see underneath.
Let me back up to the Muppets van, and then we'll talk about that one. I'll go forward to those two pictures. I know what you want. There's probably a good thing for that.
So this is the Electric Mayhem's Volkswagen van. And if you remember watching any of the Muppet shows where the Electric Mayhem were in, you would see all the puppets that are like moving around and they're driving the vehicle, right? Well, the cool thing is this vehicle was 100% retrofitted so they could put the puppets inside the car. So, James, go back to that picture. So you can see down below, it was open, right? So people could be down there as puppeteers and they can have the puppets up, which I thought was really cool. And then you can see like the second row. So you can see like there was puppeteers hiding behind the seats and they're making their puppets go. Thought that was pretty cool. Next. So that was the car show. That was the end of the car show. So this one is actually an example of a special effect that they do in the Beauty and the Beast ride, where they basically use a reflection of a something underneath. So you see how I zoom in up top? That's actually a figurine that's up top. That's the Beast. And what happens is they reflect that image on the glass from up top, and then when the light shines in the back, the image disappears. It's like Pepper's ghost, I think.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool that, this is actually a small scale version of how they create that effect, and they use that effect in a lot of the rides, which I thought was really cool. And this wasn't in the Imagineering exhibit. There were several facets in the Imagineering exhibit. There was illusions. There was like garden and topiary. And there was they're talking about the costuming. They're talking about like expansions. They're talking about technology. So I probably should have went and talked to the guy. The guy that invented the moving floor was at this show. I mean, he was like real life. He was there, but there were so many people following him and talking to him. It was too much. So I just gave up on talking to him. So go to the next one. This was really cool. This was a 3D video image. So it was just, they were just floating and moving. So that one, they used that. They also used that same effect in the Haunted Mansion ballroom scene where you see all the dancers. That is ultimately where that is most popular. Like most people know of it from there. So click the next one, because the next one you see the guy. He actually waves in front of the 3D image. So look at so did you see how it looked really 3D until basically this guy puts his hand and does this? That's pretty amazing. That's just a video projection. But it looks like pizza, right? Okay. Now this was another exhibit they had. They had all of the puppets from the Lion King on Broadway. So you can see like how the characters are developed by people wearing these costumes that are animatable puppets. So like there's a giraffe and a zebra. I thought that was really cool because the costuming was just amazing on that show. There's Zazu. So, and it's a puppet. The way they display it, it's kind of cool. I think there's a picture of the guy in this picture. You can see how it's used. But it was just so cool to see those things in person. Like most of the time when you go to a musical and you don't see that kind of stuff that up close. It's usually pretty far away. I think I have another video from the musical. So this was the mask of Mufasa.
Mufasa.
Yes.
Mufasa.
And there's Nala. And here's Scar. I mean, the art, they're just really cool.
Yeah.
Simba. How cool those are. It's all really neat.
I like Mufasa. Say it again. Mufasa.
Yeah, right. Okay, next.
This one's good.
This is really cool. So this is actually the company that makes these animatronics. And I took the camera and got really close. Like you can see ear hair in his ear. And it's like, it was almost creepy. I mean, it looked literally like Abraham. You could see every pore on his skin, every little spot on the skin, wrinkle. It was crazy. They make animatronics. This company. And I put the camera really close because I felt like people would not be, if this was a live person, I literally could not put my camera or my finger right next to someone without them flinching.
He's got some big bags under his eyes and needs some sleep.
It was very cool to see that. Okay, I think the next one I have that was just really cool. That was a balloon sculpture of the Disney cruise. Some of these are a little bit out of order. Okay, click the next one. But can you put sound on this one?
Florida, he was a curator in the library, and he was getting ready to retire. He had been there so long, they wanted to kind of honor him.
So this was the same.
We actually did a replica for a gentleman in Florida. He was a curator in the library, and he was getting ready to retire. He had been there so long, they wanted to kind of honor him.
Okay, go to the next one because the next one's right there.
Just a photo.
Oh, it's just a photo, huh?
Let's try this one.
Oh, this was the lady that dressed up like the seance table from Nightmare Before Christmas.
So people are actually cosplaying at this thing?
Yes, we had tons of costumes. Tons.
Gotcha.
That's actually, yeah, did you see the purple monster?
Yes.
That's from Monsters, Inc.
Got it.
Okay. Okay, here's the one. This is the one with the video with I think it's art. Isn't that cool? That's so amazing.
I think so.
This was so cool. We were just watching and going, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Okay, so one of the things they had, this was really neat. They had an exhibit. So for those of you who don't know, Disney does weddings at the park. And so they were showing the offerings that they have. Like, this is the carriage you can ride to your wedding. It's pretty cool. And they had a whole bunch of dresses on display, which was really neat. I thought it was cool that they had all sorts of representation. So they had skinny model mannequins and they had heavier mannequins, which I liked because they showed that there's more. There isn't just like the skinny model. So that was nice. I want to click. Are they next? Well, that's just saying the platinum carriage. But there's a place setting if you have a wedding there. I thought it was cool. They had a nice setup. So that was the Tiana dress. They had a bunch of dresses you could pick that are based on the characters. You could just click through them. That was Rapunzel. And then on the side is Ariel. I think that was the Jafar dress, which is like the tuxedo dress. It's kind of cool. And I think the next one isn't the Maleficent dress. The Maleficent dress ended up being kind of pushed back. That there. So that's the Maleficent dress. And you can get any of these dresses in white or black, which is kind of cool. So like good versus evil.
I like the black one.
Mm-hmm. It has like a green undertint. This was really cool. This is from the archives, from the Disney Archives. These are actually the shoes and the hat that was worn by Julie Andrews when they filmed Mary Poppins. That was pretty cool. I really thought that was cool to see. There were some artifacts and different things that we got to see there that were brought out of the archives to look at. This was the costuming part of the Imagineering. They were showing how they start an idea. So you can see that's the start, the first iteration. This is the second iteration of the costume. And this is the final iteration of the costume, which is really cool. It was really cool to see that because you saw the creative board and how they put all the colors and ideas together and how they developed into one. I thought that was really cool. That's Dan at the X-Men Professor X desk. And I think the next one's pretty funny.
I'm trying to imagine Dan as Professor Xavier. I can see it.
Trying to look like he's thinking about something, and then he's falling asleep.
That's it.
I'm sure that's it. I feel like we're missing a bunch of videos or photos of the cars.
That's what I got.
Okay, let me show you
I'll
the
take a look
cars.
see right quick while we do a filler here.
I can show from my phone, even though it's not going to be the best quality video picture, because there's a lot like they're missing. Like we're missing Herbie. Let's see.
I'm scrolling through this to make sure.
Okay, so here's Herbie.
There's Herbie.
There's a side angle of Herbie.
Yeah, that's what I got.
There's Racer Herbie. My camera, are you going to focus? There we go.
There you go.
There's the back of the 3 cars. There's the little yellow one. This was in for the World Trade Fair. They actually had Ford did a World Trade Fair and they used this car, Mustang. A-Team. That was really funny. Dan's like, Dan said to me, he's like, A-Team. That's not the A-Team van. I'm like, Dan, are you kidding me? This is the A-Team van.
That screams A-Team. If you were anything of the 80s, you will recognize Mr. T's van or B.A. Baracus.
It also does say A-Team on the song.
Dan, we need to have an 80s talk.
So this was in another movie, Dharma Van. I don't know that one. This is from that one Pixar movie they made with the
Unicorn
blue
on the
fairy.
side.
That's a Pegasus, buddy.
I see wings.
I
This
don't
should
see
be
a
a
horn.
horn.
It's a
It's a
Pegasus.
Pegasus.
I mean, look at these. They were so cool. They had the Ford race cars. This brings me back. This is what I remember riding, being a kid, going to Disneyland. It would go up and down the walkway, it would go up and down the parking lot and pick us up on the ends of the aisles. This is how you would go to your parking space. The tram would drive you to and from your aisle.
Wendy Hodge
Oh,
says that
Dharma's
the
Van
Dharma's
from Years
Van was in the
Lost. Yep.
series Lost.
Look at this. This is so cool. This is a Main Street vehicle. Mickey's Bantam Roadster. Look how cool that is.
Whoopsie doodles.
And this one is really awesome. This, do you recognize where this is from?
No.
Absent-Minded Professor.
Got it. With the flubber dude.
Yep, Flubber. There's Homer's
That looks
vehicle.
awesome. Simpsons.
Homer Simpson's 1987 BMW 320. That's a BMW 325? What? Does not look like a BMW 325. That's funny. There's some motorcycles. Look at, you know, that's from Once. If you got any Oncers, that is the VW from Once.
Got it.
I don't know this one. Ferns, 2004 Ford E-Van.
It's from Ferns. I don't know.
That was us walking outside so you can see it. And then let's see. That was me in front of D23 with Dan.
Yeah. You're the woman's out of focus group at the moment. Oh, you're in focus.
Somewhat. But yeah, it was really a cool event. We probably could have gone, like I said, 2 days. But, you know, it's whatever time you have, right? And each day costs money.
Yes.
So I was like, well, let me just go one day and just enjoy being there, just checking it out and seeing what they have. Okay, so why do they call it D23? So D stands for Disney. 23 is the year that Disney started the company. So D23.
23.
Makes perfect sense.
101 years ago. Svea is drinking.
Yes. Oh, you see the back things? Look at. You see the comments?
I see it was why they call it D23. What are we missing? Or am I
So
asleep?
cool mask. She was talking about the Lion King
Yes.
things. And I love Simba. An amazing cosplay. That was probably the Nightmare Before Christmas Haunted Mansion overlay.
Yes.
Nice carriage.
For the wedding.
What a cool place.
Yep.
I like that Maleficent dress. It's pretty cool.
Me too.
And then Herbie was the movie I watched as a kid, along with the OG Parent Trap with Haley Mills. Yeah. There's a lot of really good Disney live action films from the 60s and 70s that they're really fun to watch. That little yellow car is her size.
You ain't that short, Maya.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that dinosaur show, it was done by Fox. It was not Disney. And I always thought it was just the most annoying show in the world.
It wasn't the greatest.
It says Dharma Van was from the series Lost. And then we already touched base on this. So does anyone have any questions for me about D23?
While we're waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and just show that. Here we go. Maya is not that short. That's Maya with my mom and I probably a couple years ago.
So
Actually,
that's also James probably crouching down like really low and be like,
I'm 6'2". I'm going to crouch down for people. Anyway, it's showing Maya not as and my phone thing's jumping around. That's showing Maya, you are not 3 feet tall. You are not Tyrene. You're not as short as Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones.
yeah. So, but it was a lot of fun. Okay, that's a good question, Maya. I'll ask you and I'll answer the question. When we were waiting in line for TVA, I had heard Jon Favreau was at the convention. And so all of a sudden I was like, oh, and like making noise and ruckus. And I looked over and Jon Favreau was walking the floor. He had a whole bunch of people dressed in all black, creating a box around him so no one jumped over there and went crazy. And he waved to everyone. And Dan said, hey, Sean, do Swingers too.
Okay.
Which could happen because, honestly, Swingers was a Miramax film. So it actually is a part of the Disney world.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was my favorite part of D23? So when I went the first time, I didn't see these same exhibits. I did see the van that was from that movie, the Pixar movie. I haven't even watched that movie. Isn't that terrible? I haven't said that. I haven't seen it. But there was my favorite part of this whole trip or event that I went to was the Imagineering part. It was so cool. We got to talk to Imagineers and found out how they got there and found out what they were working on. They were talking about park developments. They were talking about technological advancements. They were talking about special effects. It was so cool. I really loved that part of it. It was like giving people a chance to kind of really find out about what the company does and all these cool things. The other thing that I really didn't like, the National Geographic thing was the worst. It was so terrible. It was horrible. Okay, for one thing, we waited way long. I think we waited over an hour to go into this kind of exhibit, right? And I was so tired. I was absolutely so tired because we had walked so much. And I was probably really tired because it was right after. I tested negative for COVID on the previous Friday, so it was only a week
Just you want to
before.
fail.
I tested negative for COVID on the previous Friday. So I think I was kind of really still getting over it. Just, you know how when when you have a flu and it takes you a couple weeks before you can be like normal again, like you kind of sweat, you get tired, or because you were sick, you kind of feel sick, or you get tired really easily.
Yes.
Right. So we were only there for about 3-4 hours, and I couldn't stand anymore. I was so tired. I wanted to sleep. And so I literally sat, I crossed my leg. I'm like, I'm going to sit down. My feet are hurting. So I sit down and I just do this. And apparently I took a nap for over 20 minutes. I thought it was about 5 minutes. My friend's like, you were passed out. You were fully passed out. So, like I said, waited in that line for over an hour. We went into the experience and there were 6 screens. And they're really tall, narrow screens, okay? And we went in the middle, and it was like circle vision. So they had a gap between every single screen, and you had to do this.
Yes.
And the sound was crazy loud. Like they had real. I mean, the space was maybe like 20, 30 feet in diameter, and there was these tall screens, and they were blasting us with sound. And I was like, shit. And I was like closing my ears, and I'm looking around. I'm like, this was the biggest waste. Like, it was not even cool at all.
Sounds like the kind of thing with my sensory thingy to make James go, ugh, and then have to like leave.
James, you would have been like, I know it's about nature, but I can't handle this. It was terrible.
Well, usually when they got setups like that, they're blasting. That makes James go boom, and James has to go because James will go.
Oh, one thing I forgot. No, that was really cool. They had on the Star Wars stage. They had a video about. They were talking about the robot Huang from Ahsoka Tano. Did you know that robot was mostly a puppet?
I'm remembering now. Cool.
It was mostly a puppet. So how it was doing this on the keyboard, that was someone's hands. And how it would reach up and do that, it was someone with a robot with arms. And there were people that were down below or moving it, like moving the legs. I was like, what the heck? So I thought it was fully CGI. It wasn't. It was a combination of CGI and puppetry.
Nice.
I thought that was really cool. And then they had one of those screens that they film in front of. It was probably about 40 feet high, and it was curved. It was huge. Like, that's the kind of screen they actually film Star Wars in front of.
Yeah, that was made famous by with Mandalorian with that. I forget what the name of it's called, but yeah, it's almost a 360, and that's how they do the artificial vistas and whatnot on the planets. They've actually done interior shots with that, and it'd be so sophisticated. You can pan around with when the camera goes around, and it's a heck of a way to save money on having to build sets or virtual set. Well, it's virtual set, but build physical sets. It's something.
It was really cool. Like, I think my mom really would have loved that most of all.
Did you look at the time?
Yeah, I know we went over. I was like, I had to mention that Star Wars thing, but because it was really cool. Like, that was on my list, but I really loved the Imagineering part. That was fun.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Couple messages that we're out of time, folks. We'll have to bring back the break dance competition of Rachel Gunn to try to imitate her maneuvers. We'll try that, but otherwise, we have a special message that's a good intro to next week's show from Carol Ann. Obviously, Carol Ann doesn't care about enough us to watch next week's episode. Carol Ann, we thank you for this, but what are you doing that's so important that you're going to miss us on Friday night?
I mean, seriously.
I'm kind of disappointed, but I'm definitely 100% not disappointed.
Our show should be your number one priority.
It's ours. It's Maya's. Curtis Youngberg beat Maya by like 10 seconds tonight. But we'll be watching next week. So happy early birthday greetings, Svea. Thanks, Svea and James, for the show. Happy weekend, everyone. Which brings us to next week's show subject. Next week's show subject is going to be, based on what Carol Ann said right there, is going to be, we're going to talk about the history of Tupperware in the 1970s. Sorry, love that face. Folks, next week is Svea's birthday episode. This is Svea's birthday month. Yes, that's Svea right there next to me. Right there. That one. That's Svea right there. So we're going to be doing a happy birthday episode to Svea. and maybe talk about Top War of the 1970s. Anyways, so that's what we got coming up. Going to be cool. We are again live together next week. Awesome. And so many shows coming up.
Yes. So we're really excited about it. It's going to be fun. Thank you so much for joining us and listening to me tell you all about D23. If you don't like Disney, okay, fine. But let me tell you, it was a really cool show. It was a really cool thing to be a part of.
Well, I've got to talk about my vacation last week. You get to talk about D23. Next week, we're talking about Svea again. What's your favorite subject, Svea? Is it Svea?
What do you mean subject? To talk about our show?
Talk about you. I'm trying to lead to a joke that's going nowhere, and someone's going to cut it back right there because it's going out completely wrong.
My favorite subject, Halloween.
Yeah, me too. Oh, yeah, we got that October special coming up, the countdown to Halloween. We're already talking about it and stuff we're going to do. So it's going to be cool. Matter of fact, I was at Lowe's a few days ago getting some paver sand, whatnot, for some redoing some blocks and whatnot, some steps on my side yard of my house. And they've already got the Halloween decorations going up, the animatronic ones. And I'm standing there just going, these guys are actually assembling it on a Sunday morning. And I'm over there and I'm going pushing the buttons. And they're like, dude, can you stop? We're trying to set stuff up. I'm like, but it moves and talks. And like Graveman guy with the microphone's a Bluetooth speaker dude. So he sings to the music from my phone. He's totally doing Chris Ledoux. It's awesome. So yeah, we got the second greatest time of year, Halloween, coming up. But I only say that for religious reasons. I like to call it the best non-religious holiday ever. And Svea's birthday episode next week.
Yes.
Can't get caught up in the Halloween. All right, folks. We good?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to so have fun with next week. So, folks, we have it coming up. Going to be fun. We're going to bounce some ideas. We're going to throw some good surprises next week. And some of you, I might be contacting you for something. Svea already knows because she figures I'm going to probably do this anyways because I'm kind of predictable like that. Otherwise, this has been this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. I'm going to still do a filler right here because I'm looking for the show close. There it is. Okay, folks, we'll see you next week. Got to do the Rachel Gunn thing. Do you think we could do that next week's show? You want to dance next week's show with Rachel Gunn? It's going on here.
I'm doing your poses while we're dancing.
Aw, ain't he cute? Good night, folks.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Svea's birthday episode next week. She'll be 25.
21.
21 and a half.
21.
Svea will be 21.
21.
Yes. Okay, we'll go with it.